type of overpowered character that's way more interesting than regular overpowered characters. I'm talking about the strongest.
How to write the strongest and how not to. Me personally, I feel like Gojo is the best written, strongest character ever made. Escanor is, nah, he cool. He cool. I don't know what it is about Gojo. It's like you got his swag, you got his what makes him strong, like his powers, the Infinity Six Eyes. That shit is so beautiful, bro. His character, especially if you finish the manga, oh man. Long live my GOAT, bro. Real shit. But me personally, I'm not the, me personally though, I feel like Gojo is the best written character for being the strongest. And I feel like Gojo is the best character representing the strongest. No, I do feel like he's the best written, but damn, okay, hold on, boy. Actually, he go through it. What the fuck am I doing?
But way stronger than anyone else in their series.
Sun Jin Woo. Nah, like Sun Jin Woo, One Punch Man. Nah, I ain't fucking with them though. I fuck with Sun Jin Woo. I don't fuck with One Punch Man though.
This is an archetype that we see in a lot of anime and manga. Here's the question. Why are some of these characters so awesome that they literally carry their entire series, while others...
Hold on, I wouldn't sit here and say Gojo carries Jujutsu Kaisen, and I wouldn't say Escanor carries that shit either. Seven Deadly Sins
are completely forgettable and just kind of lame. To find the answer to that question, I'm gonna take a bunch of these characters, compare
it just goes all into the story though,
what
bro.
Are the ingredients to make the
like Gojo shit is
strongest?
I don't know. Like
character.
Sun Jin Woo shit is. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, the nigga, he died, whatever. The nigga got chosen by the game system. Now he just can level up. Hey, that shit, it's not trash, but, like, that shit regular, bro, you know?
Number 1. Every strongest character needs to be ridiculously overpowered and to show how ridiculously overpowered they are. They need scenes where they do something so absurd that everyone realizes they're on a completely different level. The audience needs to understand that everything they know about this story does not apply to these guys. Not just, oh yeah, they're pretty strong, but genuinely, holy moly, this person could end anyone if they felt like it. The important thing is to make these moments feel almost kind of unfair. Not like a close fight. No. We're talking about moments where enemies get absolutely bamboozled. Basically.
Not gonna lie, me personally though, I don't really like that. I don't like when a nigga too strong. Like with Gojo, I didn't really like how he was so strong, but he ended up fighting a nigga that was really on that with him, Sukuna. So he didn't lose that fight either. I'm dead ass too. Gojo didn't lose to Sukuna. He let his guard down. You feel me? All his niggas was right there in the crowd. He was like, yeah, I did this for y'all. He was not paying attention. Then bro hit his ass with a world slice or whatever that shit, bro. Shit ass, bro. Bum ass win.
If you want a character to be the strongest, we need to see that they are the strongest. Let me start with probably the most famous example of the strongest. Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's also crazy how, like, we always call this nigga Gojo, but that's his dead ass his last name. This nigga named Satoru. That shit crazy. Like, I really never thought about that shit till now. This nigga name is Satoru, but we just call him by his last name. Crazy.
From the very beginning of the series, the story tells you that Gojo is the strongest sorcerer in a world full.
And also, my bad, I gotta pause again. Not if I'm letting go. Unpopular opinion, though, I hate how when his hair be up like that with the bandeji. I don't like that. That shit ugly, bro. I wish his hair would be down and then he has the bandana on, though. I feel like that would look better than having his hair up.
A lot of the characters in the series. So, the enemy attacks Gojo, but he can't even touch him. And
oh yeah, this one, shut up, boy. Yeah, this one, we thought, we really thought Jogo, or we didn't think Jogo, we just like, it was just in our mind, we like, Jogo a bum ass nigga, but really he not no bum ass nigga. He just got the short end of the stick of fighting all the strong niggas like Gojo and Sukuna, but he not really trash though.
Barrier around him. So, you know, he's just standing there completely relaxed and casually explaining how his technique works to his enemy while destroying him.
Nah, that shit's-
But it gets worse.
that shit
This
fucked up.
fight is so easy that Gojo decides to quickly teleport away, bring his student, and teach him how to fight while using his opponent as an example. The whole situation is literally a joke to him. And trust me, that's pretty much how easy every other fight is to him. So Gojo gets the badge of disrespect. Okay, but what about one of the most legendary, strongest characters in history?
What's that nigga name?
Meruem
Ant-Man?
from
Oh,
Hunter x
Meruem.
Hunter.
I don't really get
What
that.
you need to know
I
is that
never
the first
really,
time this character
I never really got the
was
hype around, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
approximately 200 chapters into the manga, so we already
Damn.
kind of know how things work and how powerful a lot of the characters are, okay? But
I never
unlike
really got
all
the hype with the
other
Chimera
characters,
arc, bro.
Meruem doesn't have some training arc where he slowly becomes strong.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit, bro. If a nigga just out here born and raised, boy just born to be strong and shit, I don't like that, bro. I need a
No,
nigga to go.
this
I need
is
you to
dude.
go through some shit. I gotta see some type of training arc, something, bro.
Who is born like an insect and is just immediately the strongest, smartest, most dangerous creature that has ever existed.
But I mean,
Ever.
shit.
Ever.
Sometimes
There are a couple of moments that show how
I don't
powerful
know.
he is, but none of them are as crazy as that one. Meruem faces off against Netero, who's basically the big boss of the good guys.
Bro, I remember this
Netero
fight.
unleashes a giant golden statue with 100 arms that punch Meruem faster than we can even see. He smacks him. He crushes
I don't remember
him.
this
He
fight.
pulls out every
Now, I remember he lost a
single
leg.
ultimate
I remember
move
that. He
has.
lost
I
a
mean,
leg.
This would absolutely destroy any other character in the series. But Meruem, he just stands there with a couple of scratches like nothing even happened. Every move Netero makes, Meruem adapts to it, figures it out, and gets closer until he gets him. And the craziest
Yeah, he
part
got
is
his
that
leg,
he
yeah.
wasn't even going all out. That's when we realize that all the fights we have seen up until now were nothing compared to this. Meruem has the badge of disrespect. Okay. But what about the main character from the anime that won
Jin Woo.
Anime of the Year? Jinwoo.
Yo, Sun Jin Woo. Oh, this shit did with anime. Yo, I remember. Hold on, now I gotta go on a rant. Hold on, I do remember. Okay, so like, I know a lot of niggas was mad because me. No, I wasn't mad, but I knew. Okay, look. For that year, what was that? Was that this year or last year? I don't know when that shit came out, but I know Frieren. It was between Frieren and Solo Leveling for the which anime was gonna win Anime of the Year. Now I knew that Solo Leveling was going to win Anime of the Year over Frieren, even though I preferred Frieren over Solo Leveling. But niggas gotta remember that it's based off of like the majority of niggas in the world. Same thing for like how there are more gamers who play quick play more than they play ranked. But you may only play ranked, so you would probably think like more niggas play ranked than quick play, but that's simply not true. Solo Leveling is a much easier show to watch and get into than Frieren. Because like Frieren is slow paced, adventure, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Dragon Ball, bro. Niggas get in that, like, it's an easy watch. It's a simple watch for most people because most people not know, they don't need no crazy ass story, none of that shit. All they want is good animation and good fights. That's all niggas need. That's why Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year over Frieren, because it's easier for most people to watch.
It's 5-star hoes on my body.
I'm mad smart.
From Solo Leveling.
I'm mad smart.
Listen, Jinwoo has all the ingredients for this. He's overpowered, he has cool moves, he destroys his enemies with ease. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think he ever go. No, I did read the Marvel, but I don't really remember that shit. I'm pretty sure the nigga don't ever lose a fight because every time he fights somebody, he go end up getting it. If they start off stronger than him, he go eventually get stronger than them, and then he go win.
problem is that unlike Meruem and Gojo, he started as the weakest character in the entire series.
Bro,
Early in
ass
the
was
story, my man
E-rate,
gets
trash
defeated
as
by
hell.
the weakest enemies you could imagine. I mean, he can't take anyone. But the more he fights, the stronger he becomes, which is totally normal, right? Except that he becomes the strongest in like 20 episodes. Every fight starts following the exact same pattern. New enemy appears, everyone freaks out, Jinwoo shows up and casually destroys it and looks cool. When a character starts as the
Yeah, he do
strongest,
be aura farming.
that's cool. When a character goes from weak to strongest, that's also cool. It's progression.
But
it happens in like a
it's-
bunch of
yeah,
other
the
series.
shit
But
happened
when a
way too
character
fast.
goes from the weakest to the strongest in 20 freaking
That shit too
episodes,
fast, and then he don't
that's
struggle no
just
more.
silly. The
Not fucking with
overpowered
that.
character trope and the underdog
But it's easy
story
for niggas
feel
to
like
watch
two
though. Average nigga
completely
go like that
different
shit.
things.
It's not that I
So
don't like
Jinwoo
it though. I
does
don't think
not
that.
have the
I don't
badge
think that
disrespect.
soul
And
leveling
that
is
brings
bad,
me
but
to
you feel
number
me?
2. Being stupidly overpowered doesn't automatically make a character interesting. The
That's
difference
facts.
between
Make a nigga
amazing
boring.
strongest characters and boring overpowered characters.
Ooh. Wait, Goku kind of Goku be losing though, but then he'll come back and beat their ass though. Oh, hold on. Goku is kind of like Sun Jinwoo, but Goku does lose. But then he'll train for a couple days, week. He come back and then beat their ass. Sun Jinwoo, this nigga, he don't lose. He not gonna lose. They probably get a hit off of him in a fight, but then he just go power up. He go hit that bro as he'll get the level. He level 55. He hit level 56. It's over. Shit ass, bro.
Is there limits? I know, this sounds insane because why would you want to give your overpowered character limits? But let me cook. If a character can solve literally every problem and beat every single enemy in seconds,
Yo, that
let me
show
cook.
don't-
If a
I don't like
character
that
can
shit.
solve literally every problem and
Yo, I thought this show was gonna be good. The show is fucking weird, bro. This show is weird. I think that's this show. Pretty sure this show with they brothers and sisters, but they be mad freaky and all that. That shit weird, boy. I don't like that shit. It's sad too, cause I wanted to watch it, but I can't watch it cause that shit too weird.
beat every single enemy in seconds, then congratulations. That's a boring character. Think about it. If the audience knows that a character is going to win every single fight, then why the heck should they even care about the fights? The moment
But
the
it's the
audience
animation,
realizes
the
there are no
animation,
real
the action and
challenges,
shit, that
that's when
shit,
they stop
hey.
caring about the story and start looking for something a bit more interesting to watch, to be honest. That's why the strongest characters need limits, even if they're the strongest. And I think the perfect example of that is Escanor from the 7 Deadly Sins. His limit is literally part of his power. Let me explain. Basically, his power is connected to the sun. As the sun
Nigga
rises,
think he's
he gets
Superman.
stronger and stronger until it's noon and he becomes the One.
But I'm pretty sure he ended up transforming into that form when the sun wasn't up though. I don't remember. If I remember correctly.
Which kind of means that you can't really beat him. But as the sun goes away, he becomes weaker and weaker until midnight, where he's genuinely the weakest person you could imagine. Like, the guy would probably lose against Jinwoo from the beginning of
Like,
Soul
I'm pretty-
Leveling.
like, I'm
This
pretty sure,
creates this
right? He had
incredible
broke that
strategic
shit.
element where he has to
It was
think very
nighttime, but
carefully
then he
about what time
transformed
it
into
is.
the
Every
big
important
dude.
fight becomes this race against time where Escanor has to win as fast as possible. You feel stressed because you know his god mode isn't going to last very long. And the way he transforms honestly makes it even better. Escanor goes from this typical librarian looking guy to a professional freaking bodybuilder. I love this example because it's so simple. It's a flaw in his powers that he has to
Only
work
thing I
around.
hate
It doesn't
about
feel like
Seven
the
Deadly
author is
Sins,
nerfing
besides that
Escanor to
weird
create
shit,
some
is
kind of
that
drama.
I don't
It's
like the
part
character
of his
designs,
power.
bro.
The key here is
Especially
that
in
all these
Seven Deadly
limitations feel
Sins,
natural
that new
instead of
shit.
forced. Jinwoo
This shit
is
ugly, bro.
pretty much the opposite of that. There's this fight where he's against this big insect thing, and this enemy is absolutely busted.
Yeah, that shit wasn't
pretty
even-
much destroyed every single person it fought in like seconds. So they start fighting. It looks like it's going to be really
Yo, when the
challenging.
fuck solo leveling? What is that? Solo leveling season 3? Yeah, when this shit coming? 2027? 2026? Damn, bitch. Hold on, when season 2 come out? 2025. That came out this year. Ah, that's not bad actually, cause season 1 came out 2024? Yeah, March 2024. And then March 2025. Bitch, do March 2026. Keep that shit going every year. What the fuck? Do March 2026.
Creature
Fuck you mean
is striking faster
2027,
and faster
bro?
until it manages to land an attack that poisons Jinwoo. Everything seems lost until Jinwoo simply gets rid of the poison and wins without a single scratch. This man basically
Yeah,
has
that
no
shit-
real limits.
that shit
on his
swag, though,
power,
but
which
when you really
just
look at it, it's like-
destroys any
I don't know,
reason
that shit
to
trash,
care
bro.
about what's happening. The story keeps giving
Like you don't
Jinwoo
watch
abilities
Solo
and
Leveling for the
tools
story,
so
bro. You just
often
watch that
he's
shit
never
for just to
actually
watch a nigga beat ass, bro.
threatened by any
Like it may be one day you watching you might watch One Piece. Luffy pull up on the wrong nigga, get his ass beat. You like, damn, I'm mad as hell. Let me turn on Solo Leveling. I know he ain't gonna lose. You know.
He summons
Get your
overpowered
spirits up.
creatures. He gets special items and rewards. Every single time he has a problem,
Yeah, and he got taller, and he got more handsome, and he got bad bitches on his dick. Come on, bro. This nigga life didn't perfect.
He has a solution to that.
I don't fuck with that perfect
He doesn't need to think strategically about anything. He just shows up and wins without any strategy whatsoever. And
bro,
listen,
at the
I
first
love the fights
SSS
with
plus
leveling. I think they
hero.
look extremely cool. But am I ever worried that Jinwoo is going to lose?
No.
No. Limitations aren't bad. They're what make
that nigga, bro, Satan could pull up. I'm not gonna be worried.
The audience
not gonna lie.
understands that the character
fucking Archangel could come down and ready to fight Sun Jin-woo. I'm not gonna be worried about him, bro.
Just solve every problem.
Ooh. Ooh. Niggas don't know that All Might versus the Nomu fight was crazy, boy. That fight was crazy, boy. This fight was crazy. This fight was that shit, nigga. I feel sorry for niggas who never watched, bro. A lot of people be hating on My Hero just because it's children and all that shit, bro. This shit got, bro. This shit got it, boy. This fight was so crazy, bro. That fight was so crazy.
Being the strongest limits force creative
that fight
problem
was so
solving.
crazy.
And most importantly, they make you actually care if the character wins or loses. Because when there are real stakes,
this fight,
victories
that
feel earned,
did he?
and unpredictable, and earned victories are usually way more interesting.
That fight changed my whole
3.
perspective on that
The
show.
strongest needs to have the presence, the charisma, the dazzle. In other words, aura. Okay, hear me out.
Sun Jin-woo got aura.
When I say aura,
Sun
what I'm
Jin-woo got
actually
aura.
talking about is really basic stuff like how they look, how they sound, how they move,
Sun Jin-woo got
and
aura.
how everyone else reacts to them. You could have a character with really overwhelming power and really interesting limits, but if they don't make the audience feel this power, then it's going to be pretty hard to take them seriously. The truly legendary strongest characters have this unique presence that's basically impossible to ignore, even if they're a bit more low-key, which is also why they're usually the most popular characters in their series. I've mostly seen 2 ways of creating aura. The first one is visual. So, for example, Gojo is a character who looks super powerful without even doing anything. First off, the blindfold. The reason he wears it is because he can see energy more than anyone else. It's kind of like if you had bright lights shining in your eyes. This is such a genius idea because it immediately makes him look completely different from anyone else. But when he finally takes out that blindfold to reveal these piercing blue eyes, it's always like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. I know it sounds like a detail, but just to show you what I mean, I drew his eyes next to the eyes of other JJK characters. And you can see that his really stand out.
Damn, boy,
that's the kind of thing that makes
artist?
you immediately notice a character. The blindfold also kind of makes him feel like he doesn't even need to see anyone to destroy them, which really adds to his whole relaxed vibe. This dude is constantly smiling and acting like he's having fun, even when everyone else is freaking out and losing their mind.
He just
his
like
body
that,
language
bro.
is perfect too. He sometimes keeps his hand in his pockets during fights. I mean, look at him walking. This is a man who does
He like that. That my star shit, bro. That my star shit, bro. Not playing, bro. Not playing, bro. He swag, bro. He swag.
not care at all. On top of that,
I mean, you gotta think about it, bro. Gojo, he like what, 6'1", 6'2", nigga rich, nigga beautiful, beat the shit out you. Ain't he mad funny? Come on, son.
he has white hair, which
Nigga
is
ain't
sort
got
of
no
like
flaws.
the sign of an overpowered character in anime and manga. So basically, the way he looks gives him a lot of aura. Visual aura. For Escanor, he clearly looks mega muscular when he transforms, but that's not the main reason he has aura.
It's the it's just this is what he
Basically, when
it's how he
goes
talk,
from weak
bro.
to strong, it's not only his
It's
body
what he
that
say.
changes. His personality also becomes
That's what he be
completely
saying to
different.
niggas, bro.
A little
Cause he a
sweet
really disrespected nigga, but he could back it up though. That's what make it even more
guy
crazy.
transforms into this absurdly arrogant dude who speaks with a deep voice, and he starts saying some of the most disrespectful stuff you could imagine. At some point,
7 deadly frames? Oh nah.
when he fights this extremely powerful enemy, he gets hit and it genuinely looks like he might be in big trouble, but then he punches the enemy back, and while he's on the floor, Escanor casually asks,
What's wrong? Did you find something down there on the ground?
then after the enemy asks for his name, Escanor replies,
The name's Escanor. Commit it to memory before I kill you.
and finally, when the enemy tells him that his attacks have no effect, Escanor replies,
My attacks have no effect on you? Who decided that?
before absolutely annihilating him. And trust me, there is so much more. When we think about legendary
Boy, Aizen. Goku Aura? Nah, he be swagging on niggas. He be swag stepping on niggas. Madara definitely swag on niggas. Jotaro? Okay.
overpowered characters
Okay.
in general.
Okay.
One of the things that makes them super memorable.
Yo, I still
is
haven't
how
caught up
they
with
act. They
JoJo
are
Bizarre
so
Adventure. I'm like
confident, and
on
it
the
really
most
makes
recent
you
season
believe
though.
that they're
No, I'm
extremely
not.
Powerful.
I'm
So,
on what's that nigga name? Gentaro? That's his name? Who that bitch? What am I talking about? Who bro with the yellow hair from JoJo? Cause I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready for the for that new joint that's coming on Netflix. What's his name? It's Giorno. I'm on this arc though. No, I finished this arc. I'm on the next one with the girl. I'm with this one. I think this the most recent one, ain't it? With her though. That's the one I'm on. I just got on that one.
basically, the way Escanor acts gives him a lot of aura. Behavior aura? I don't know.
Yeah,
And usually
personality.
the best, strongest characters have a combination of the visual stuff and the behavior stuff. The best, strongest characters
That's Tokyo Ghoul.
have a combination of the visual
Or is
stuff
that Bungo
and the
Stray
behavior
Dogs?
stuff. They
One of
act
them.
differently, and they look very different too. For Jinwoo, I think the way he looks is actually kind of genius. He
Yeah, he
always
got
wears
that aura.
casual clothing like hoodies or shirts, while everyone else is wearing these armors and really fancy fantasy clothes. And that makes you feel that for him, all of this insane fighting is just like a normal thing, like going to the store or something. But the problem is how he acts. He's usually very calm and emotionless, which
Shit swag,
kind of
bro.
feels like he's just empty instead of confident. Compare this to Gojo's playfulness or Escanor's pride. Those characters have personality behind their aura. But that's not really the case with Jinwoo, which is why a lot of people say that he feels a little bit like a piece of wood. He doesn't look weak, but for a character who's known as a massive aura farmer, he definitely doesn't have as much aura as other strongest characters.
That's true.
And now,
It's like his regularness is aura though, bro. I don't really know how to explain his regularness. That shit swag, bro. He just be swag stepping on niggas like that shit.
we have
cool.
number 4. Being the strongest should have consequences. The best, strongest characters aren't just powerful. Their power is really important for who they are as humans. Their personality, their relationships, their feelings, all of that stuff is completely connected with the fact that they're
Great movie.
ridiculously overpowered. This is how the audience won't just think, hey, this is a cool character. They'll actually understand who the character is as a person. Even though Gojo does this super well, I think the most interesting example is probably Meruem. This dude is literally born the strongest, and in the beginning, that's all he cares about. He has no emotions at all. He doesn't have fun, and he destroys everyone in his path. The reason he does this is because he believes that power is the only thing that actually matters. Anyone weaker than him barely even exists for him. But then,
Hold on, another thing too. I just found out. Not just found out, but what's her name? This a nigga. This a nigga. This is a boy. I didn't know that. When I first seen this, I was like, ooh, cat lady, smash. This ain't no lady. This ain't no lady. That shit low-key fried me, bro. I was like, hey, yo. Why they be doing that? Come on, bro. Can't tell. Come on, bro. What's that? It's another one from another show, too. Damn, I don't remember that show. I don't remember the show. But it's a dude. Oh, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. What is it? I think it's the Angel. Yeah, it was the Angel. I was like, oh, she bad. Boy, this ain't no she. That's a nigga. Damn, rest in peace. You know this? Oh, damn, I remember that. Damn, that was fucked up. Ain't gonna lie. Fuck Makima. All my niggas hate Makima, bro. Real shit. That ass, bro. Fuck Makima. But that shit was crazy. Yo, hold on. Hold on. I ain't gonna hold you too. I feel like the Gun Devil. Hold on, bitch. I ain't get this far. What's my boy name though? Rest in peace. It's my profile picture though. It's my other channel profile picture though. I forget his name. How do I forget his name, bro? But bro, when he showed up, Him right here, I forget his name though. That's sad. How the fuck I forget his name, bro? Dang, what's his name? I forgot. Hold on. Chainsaw Man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. When that nigga popped, when I was reading this shit, and the door, cause it was like, don't open it, and then he opened the door, bro, and it was him, bruh. My motherfucking heart dropped, nigga. This shit was crazy, bro. I don't even remember how he even took bro body, but also I remember the what was, I think it was, what devil was that? I think it was the future devil. The future devil told him that Denji was gonna end up killing one of them or something like that. And the whole time it was Denji was gonna kill. It was him he was gonna kill but he said he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it. But the nigga told him that Denji was gonna kill one of them. Whole time Denji was gonna have to kill him. That shit was crazy, bruh. Yeah, Aki, yeah. Look. He told that nigga, he said, because in the future, you're going to die in the worst possible way. That shit was crazy. But there was another one, though. Yeah, Aki, you died in the worst possible way for the Chainsaw Boy. He said he's going to die in the worst possible way. We thought that he was going to die in the worst possible way. Like, that nigga was going to get ripped apart or, like, eaten alive or something like that. But no. It was the worst possible way for Denji, because Denji had to kill him, one of his only true friends, bro. That shit was sad, bro. Yeah, you and Power be slaughtered by Denji. I don't remember how Power died. No, I do. It was Maki. Maki had hit her shit, but then I think she did something to, like, I don't remember what the fuck happened. I remember about a trash can though. Yeah, that shit, I ain't gonna lie. That Chainsaw Man, that shit gets sad, bro.
Something happened.
Oh,
this
bullshit.
little human girl called Komugi beats him at a board game. She's this regular kid with a bunch of snot constantly dripping down her
That
nose.
shit gets
but
sad,
she's
bro.
Not afraid.
But I
of it.
loved how
This
he killed that
defeat
bitch, though.
triggers
Oh,
something
bullshit.
that completely transforms Meruem. For the first time in his life, he finds someone who's better than him at something, which forces him to question everything he believes about being the strongest. So later, when he gets attacked by Netero, instead of just destroying him, he wants to find a peaceful solution, which feels so different from how he was in the beginning. His relationship with Komugi makes him realize how empty and wrong he was. He starts experiencing emotions he's never felt before: curiosity, respect, maybe even love. He sees that these feelings don't make him weaker, they make him less empty. This connection between strength and character development is exactly what makes Meruem's arc genuinely.
I don't remember what chapter
Chainsaw
Man I was
power
on.
making him more interesting.
I hate that shit. I hate when I lose a chapter,
that
bro. That
made
shit is
him interesting
annoying.
earlier in the series. And finally, number 5. The strongest characters need to have a strong impact on other characters,
That's
the world,
facts.
and even the story in general. Look at Gojo. The story shows us that he basically changed the entire world of Jujutsu Kaisen. Basically, he lives in a world full of sorcerers, the good guys, and curses, the bad guys. But he was so
All sorcerers not good though.
powerful that he shifted the balance between curses and sorcerers the second he was born. As a kid, very experienced warriors were already extremely scared.
Oh yeah, I
of him
remember
when he
that
was
when Satoru Gojo was
super
born.
young.
Yo,
He's
that shit
so
hard.
powerful that it forced every single curse to become more powerful if they wanted to survive. So for the villains, getting rid of Gojo becomes their #1 priority. At some point, one of the villains captures him, and he's basically trapped in this separate dimension. And then look at what happens. Suddenly, all the other characters have room to grow because they can't just rely on their overpowered teachers to solve everything. The world immediately becomes way more dangerous without its strongest protector. Meruem is basically a walking natural disaster. His role in Hunter x Hunter is to push every single character and their entire world to
I'm low-key trying to find what chapter I was on.
directly or indirectly. The good guys have to bring every single one of their strongest warriors specifically to deal with him. Netero faces his greatest challenge and sacrifices himself. Gon has his dark transformation moment because of what Meruem's guards did. Meruem is kind of like the perfect final boss. Not just because he's ridiculously powerful, but because defeating him requires sacrifices from pretty much everyone. His role elevates the entire Chimera Ant arc from a simple monster hunt into one of the best arcs in anime and manga. In the case of Jinwoo, instead of enhancing the story and making other characters more interesting, everything is just focused on him. The problem is that Jinwoo becomes so ridiculously overpowered that every other character becomes completely pointless. The story introduces interesting allies and enemies, but the moment Jinwoo surpasses them, they might as well not exist. The entire story focuses only on him.
As far as I thought I was.
And how overpowered he is, and weirdly enough, that makes everyone else and him way less interesting. By the end of the story, Jinwoo is basically the only thing that matters in the story. The world feels empty and lifeless because one character's overwhelming power has made everyone lame. All these things together are the difference between a boring, overpowered character and a strongest character that people will remember for the rest of their freaking
lives. Satoru Gojo.